Hello everyone, welcome to week 5 of your 10-week entrepreneurship training. So we're down to the final 4, Corey and Rita for Future Vision, and Sean and David for Northern Gateway Inc. Great job guys. Rita, how does it feel to be the last woman standing?
No, just a little bit pressure.
I guess so, okay. Jessica Lachance will be advising me on this task. Jessica, can you tell everyone a bit about yourself please?
Sure, I work in marketing and promotions here in North Bay. I come with a significant background in retail, so seeing everything from a business point of view and also an education in management, business management, so it should be interesting.
We're here at Euphoria in Nipissing Plaza on Lakeshore Drive. Euphoria is a company that began just 4 years ago right here in North Bay. Today there are 29 locations throughout the world, including 12 in the United States, 1 in the UK, and 1 in India. I'm sure even Donald Trump would agree that that's phenomenal growth in such a short time. One of the owners of this Euphoria is Bob Soucy. Bob, can you say a few words about how you got involved with Euphoria?
I got involved about 2 years ago when my partner and I, Beverly McNeil, we decided we wanted to start up a new endeavor, and we met Sam and Biz McGlure, the originators of Euphoria, and got together. We really wanted to establish something in our end of the woods, which was up in the West End near Pine Hill Coffee Shop, but Sam said they had another better idea that he'd like to establish us here down on Lakeshore. So this is where we got started, and it's been going great. It's been since July 18th, and things have been going just super.
Good stuff. Okay, let's get to the task. Today, each team will be creating a print ad featuring Euphoria Smoothies. First, you'll choose a project manager. You'll each have 5 minutes to interview Bob. Bob has been instructed to answer only the questions he is asked, so be sure to use your time wisely. You'll work together with graphic designer Mark Burnett of PM Graphics to design and lay out your ad. You'll have 1 hour to complete the task, then you will present your concept to Bob. Last week off camera I gave you a clue to the task today. I said to go to my website at randyruggles.com, look at the free articles section, and if you follow the right steps, you'll find the clue. Did anyone figure it out?
Yes. The 9 steps to creating an advertising and marketing.
Yes, I was referring to an article I wrote for Money and Profits magazine out of New York called 9 Steps to Creating Ads That Sell. Now Sean, I saw you in here the other day soaking up the ambiance, as you put it, I think, with printouts of some of my articles. Did you get a chance to share some of the intelligence you gathered with your teammate David?
I did speak to David. We had a little soiree last Friday, so I managed to pass a few tidbits off to him at that point.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, we're going to do a little restructuring of the teams. Corey and Sean, stay where you are. Rita, come over here beside Sean. And David, would you take your place beside Corey, please? These are the new teams. Future Vision with Corey and David. And Northern Gateway with Sean and Rita. Also, we have another reward on this one. The 2 members of the winning team will receive 3 free months of service from Blocktel, which provides local and long-distance phone service over the internet. So that's a great reward from a great company. Now, there's just one more thing before we get started. We have a surprise judge for this task. Surprise judge, come on out. Nope.
Wow.
Welcome back, John. Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Final 4.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Hopefully we impress you.
Are you still here to sabotage us?
You'll present your ad to both Bob and John, so your former competitor now becomes your judge. Kim and Jessica will be my eyes and ears. Get going and do a great job for Bob, Jonathan, and Euphoria.
My first week being as a project manager. must say. He threw a couple of twists at us first by changing the teams, but I actually appreciated working with Corey. Hopefully I have a winning record as a project manager.
Project manager for today's task. I think Rita and I had a really good work relationship. We worked really well as a team. We listened to each other. We were able to give feedback and criticism, and we really moved forward at a good pace. May the best team win. Look forward to it.
Hi, I'm Corey Glendenning.
Hi,
And
Corey.
this is my partner Dave.
Hi, Dave.
We were just wondering what promotions are going on right now?
Right now with Euphoria,
Yeah.
we've got these VIP cards. Now these new cards have just come out about 3 weeks ago, and allows you any purchase of any product in your store. You get $1. You get a point for every $1 that you purchase, and accumulating up to 120 points. And at that point in time, they send you 2 free coupons for 2 free smoothies.
We were also wondering if you have any logos other than the name itself.
There's no logo per se, but their headline is "Body, State, and Mind." Is their, I guess their, if you want to call that maybe their logo, but not an actual picture logo.
Okay. We were also wondering what the majority of the age of your customer is.
The average age of the customer is probably between 15 to probably about, I'd say 50, and that range is a good wide range of them.
Okay, but in that range, what would you kind of say would be the bulk of
30-year-old.
30-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay. We also wanted to know some of the company background, the company itself, where it originated and all that kind of stuff.
Sam and Bisma are the co-owners, like the originators of Euphoria, and it started right here in North Bay.
We were wondering a bit about your personal background for this site, any education you had.
I'm involved in a business up in the west end of North Bay. It's a family business. I've been there for, seems like forever, but since the age of 14 I started working there. It's a variety store / restaurant. I didn't take any business majors, but I did take a course in Canadore, which was related with industrial food technician, which is basically the development of companies like quality control. I did work 2 years for dairy in Timmins.
When I was sitting in the area with Future Vision Inc., I was quite disappointed with their questions. I felt that getting to know, Bob's background had nothing to do with their ad with Euphoria.
So what was that course again?
Industrial food technician. Yeah.
Asking, impertinent questions about, the background of the business, about the background of the owners, and how that all came about had nothing to do with how to get people to walk into the building and actually purchase the product.
And it's been around for 50 years now. I'm on my 20th year. My parents had it for 30 years. It's a variety / restaurant, lottery tickets, Sears outlet, and then, yeah. So that's where my business background starts, right from there.
All right.
Advertising is a key component of the marketing mix, but what a lot of small business owners do is they make the mistake of copying what they see on television, and they think that that's good advertising. Unfortunately, a lot of the advertising on television is not designed to sell anything. It's designed to brand you, create awareness, and basically get your name out there. Small business owners don't have the money or the budget to focus on things like that. They need to use direct response advertising, which is the type of advertising that causes the reader or the viewer to do something to act now.
So, I just want to start by asking, what are your top 3 sellers?
Top 3 bestsellers of your smoothies?
Yes, please.
Okay, number 1's bestsellers Euphoria Sunrise. and then 4 berry. And then the third one, I'm gonna, I want to say strawberry twister.
Strawberry twister?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the most popular times of the day, business-wise?
In the summertime, when the weather was a little warmer, the afternoon, I'd say between probably 1 and 4 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Was their busy time.
In the
But
summer?
now, yeah, in the summer. But now that the weather's changed a little bit, and I find that their busiest time is first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning?
Yeah, say between 8 in the morning and I would say 8 to 11.
8 to 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got the hot drinks in the morning. That's why, because of the cooler weather.
Hot drinks.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
What would you say in those times of day are the most common age groups that you would find?
Yeah, I'd say the morning would be I'd say between the age probably 25 and 30, and then in the afternoon, probably more between the age of 18 and 25, yeah.
Okay.
The team seemed to be on the right track. They really had a really good plan, and they seem to be identifying the benefits for Euphoria's customers and really seeing it from the customer's point of view, which is really key when you're going into advertising and producing an ad.
Do you do any, for example, any specials, as in do you give like one, you buy one, you get one free, you buy one, you get one 50% off by any chance to anybody?
We have a VIP card right now that just got started. They had one time, you buy 10 smoothie, you get the 11th free.
Okay.
But I guess they ran into some problems with that. So what they did is they came up with a VIP card. There's no cost for the VIP card.
I was a little surprised when they went into the interview with the owner. The questions they were asking didn't so much match what the plan they had was. So I'm interested to see what the difference was there and why they asked those certain questions and why they kind of went away from their plan at first.
Which smoothies have the best colors, or what can you say about the colors of your smoothies? Do they have like a good vibe or an energy that attracts customers?
Unbelievable the compliments we get with the colors.
Okay.
Oh, this is so unique.
What are maybe some of the like vibrant colors that really work? Or?
Well, these are the colors that like
purple.
the purple and green. The green and purple. It's smooth. It's soothing,
Yeah.
and it's curious. Gets people curious.
Yes,
what's
yes.
in there? You know, 'cause
Yeah.
you come around one short drive, you take a look in, you can see the green, and you're holy, what's in there? And everything, you know, it's funky. So people like funky things.
People like funky.
Yeah.
Right, funky, because everybody likes funky people.
Okay. What would you think about a menu that guided people throughout the day? Like, say, I come in the morning. Okay, well, I do want something that helps me get through the morning. Like, do you think a menu like that shows like maybe a break and then a lunch and then maybe a boost in between those 2 times and then dinner or post workout or something like that? Do you think something like that would how do you think that would go?
I don't think that people come in here 3 times a day. I don't think you're talking about someone coming in for breakfast, or someone just want to come in and say, I didn't have breakfast.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, well, definitely we provide something called a breakfast smoothie.
Yeah, okay.
And it's got hardiness in it. It's got granola. There's everything you need to get through the morning, no problem.
So, and if somebody just came in at like 2 o'clock or something, and they said, "Well, I just need something for now." If you had like a menu that kind of like said, "Okay, morning, lunch, dinner," like, do you think people would, really appreciate it?
I never thought about something like that. Yeah. That might be something different doing. So
well,
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and you feel positive about that?
I feel positive about that. Yeah.
Well, that's.
we found out that we couldn't really have a lot of graphics because he didn't have a lot with them.
It's a good thing I asked him if he had a scanner, and we took this pamphlet and scanned it across, and we were able to get a lot of our deco and all that kind of.
I think they'll be impressed because it's going to be our ideas, basically.
Yeah.
Everything from the pamphlet that we
got them to scan and use. So if the other team ends up using pictures from the scan, that's ours. We should get credit for that.
That will be our
and they should have to pay us some sort of royalties.
Well, I've been looking at the ads. I really like this one. I like the layout. And I like a lot of key wording here, new and free. I like the layout, the colors. It's attractive. It's to the point. As opposed to this one. This one's more in a bland background. White, which is team.
That's Future Vision.
Future Vision. This one here, just like I said, it's too bland. There's just not enough context on it, and it just doesn't. It's not appealing.
We're on the opposite. Because it is appealing, but it's also very cluttered. You have words that are too small, and they took the green over dark background, which is hard to read. They have spelling mistakes, which they should have proofed and looked at more. On Future Visions, of course, it's white, but white is very professional. It stands out because I would take the time, I would look at this one first, but I'd take the time to read that one because it looks more appealing to me.
Yeah, you're right, it is appealing. It is clean, it's clean, as opposed to this, it is cluttered, but this says more important factors, more important wording on this.
Yeah.
New, free, we got a VIP club, nothing's mentioned on this one.
Actually reading on.
Also get redeem your points. Oh yeah, redeem your points.
So they did actually mention it, but it doesn't stand out for the customers to actually pick up on because they could go in and they won't even realize there's a reward card.
I think that both Sean and I did a good job. He was a product manager, so that was quite interesting. We both came up with some ideas, although I feel like I had some more into it.
I wish we had a little bit more time in the design room, but that's the way things are. We would have liked to probably been more specific with a few details and just maybe make it a bit more presentational. But for the most part, we're really pleased with how things came together, and we're looking forward to hearing the critique and results.
Okay, guys, so we're ready to find out the results. Bob, Jonathan, how did the teams do?
Well, looking at this ad, it is very appealing and it is eye-catching right away. But if you look at it, kind of cluttered, too much stuff, a couple of mistakes in printing that could have caught.
This one is, it's a nice ad. I just find it a little bland with a white background. We are working with exotic fruits and everything else like that, so color, a little bit more color in the background would be nice. VIP was not mentioned on here, but did say a reward card, but VIP is so crucial, and on this ad over here it says new and free, so it's like in a new Euphoria VIP club, which as soon as you hear VIP club, it's like, oh wow, what's that all about? Let's read on about it and see what it's all about. It's just not to the point. That's more attractive, a little bit more to the point, and would want me to go into Euphoria and find out more about this VIP club.
But in saying that, Future Vision is very good. It is nice. If I had to, I would leave the store. This one would catch me right away, but I would spend time doing that one.
Okay, so do we have a clear winner then as far as...
Yeah, the clear winner is going to be this ad right here.
Okay. That is Northern Gateway.
Northern Gateway.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Future Vision. No original members left. All imports.
That's correct. Okay, Future Vision Inc. Good stuff.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rollins.
Thank you very much.
Okay, congratulations. And Northern Gateway Inc., unfortunately you'll meet me in the boardroom tomorrow where somebody will be fired. surprised that I was just kind of thinking about this last night, that both of you as project managers were undefeated, and the other team, Corey lost on his task as project manager, and David was the first time. So I was just a little surprised that you ended up losing on this task. Sean, you were the project manager. What happened?
Well, it came down to what I think was most appealing to the eye in the end. And personally, I think that the content that we had in our advertisement was really informative, and I think it offered a real strong relationship between the Euphoria and the customer.
And I understand that you did have an issue with the graphics at the graphic designer. Some of the things didn't work. Is that correct?
It was an issue getting into the designing room, and time was a bit of a killer.
You don't have any pictures in your ad. They have tons of color and tons of pictures. Part of the reason being, I know that some of the files didn't open, some of the graphics that were sent didn't work. The other team brought one of the menus from Euphoria, and they had him scan that in, and that's what they used. So did they just outthink you on this one?
They were obviously resourceful in that case. Also, we did, we kept in mind that in your 9 steps, you also mentioned that images are not always necessary, and that Word is a very strong and powerful tool.
I'm glad you took that to heart with coming from the 9 steps, and I did consider that. But I did say pictures aren't always necessary, but in some cases they are. I think with an ad such as this, especially if you looked at other ads that Euphoria has done, color and pictures of the product are very, very important. So this is one of those ads where, yeah, a picture would probably be necessary. A couple of comments that I had on the ad, and I don't think your ad was bad. In fact, there were good things and bad things about each ad. Just a quick comment about your headline. I'm glad that you did have a headline, but if you take positive thinking, positive drinking, and now positive planning, you take that out of context, I have no idea what that means. What actually would have been a better headline that speaks directly to me as the consumer was your subheading, which says, is your day too hectic? Feeling overtired? Let Euphoria help plan your diet. That would have been a much better headline. The other ad, unfortunately, was a little bit too busy. At least what I liked about yours was you had a concept. You didn't, your concept was, make it part of your day. You got the morning, your break, your lunch, that's a concept. Yeah. The other ad didn't have a concept really, it was just kind of a hodgepodge of different ideas. Their headline doesn't stand out quite enough, but they did use new and free, which were 2 things mentioned in the 9 steps, 2 very powerful words. And one of the big things for Bob is that he talked about mentioning the VIP club.
Yeah, and getting club with the rewards card, and that was
in a small part down here at the bottom. And there's another part of the 9 steps is the call to action. 2 of the most important parts of the 9 steps are the headline and the call to action. And if you have no call to action, they at least have visit Euphoria and fill out a membership profile today, and so come on down to Euphoria that is in Plaza just off Lakeshore. They have 2 calls to action. A little weak, I would say, but better than having none. So it's not so much as that this ad was so much better than this one. They actually, in my opinion, neither one was that great, but for the knowledge that you had, I think you actually both did fairly well. But I'm actually quite surprised, though, too, that looking at the color and everything from this ad that the other team did, if I didn't know any better, I would think that this ad would have come from you, Rita being a wedding planner, having a flair for style and color and that, and you as well, Sean, having the theatrical background. I would think that this would have been done by your team, and this would have been done by the 2 guys that probably, this is basically, as far as content goes, it's basically a laundry list of the menu, which anybody could have done that. The concept about, morning, afternoon, dinner is a good concept, but this part doesn't, in my opinion, doesn't have enough content to explain the features and the benefits of Euphoria, whereas they went into some details. Let me just give you a few examples they mentioned in their ad. 100% natural, no preservatives. Favorites like Euphoria Sunrise and Poorberry Fusion, although they called it Flowerberry Fusion. Power smoothies for those on the go. Visit many exotic locations through the power of scent and taste. It's very exotic, it's very sensual sounding, which is what Euphoria wants to get across. all of that was missing from your ad. It looked very clinical, very dry, very bare, very easy to read. I like the layout, much easier to read than theirs, and a much better concept, but in the end, you failed on the headline, no call to action, or pictures.
I figured that there was a call to action, actually, in just the way you work your day. Like, maybe I just misinterpreted the way a call to action works, but like I figured, you know, we're saying, you know, come for your morning, you know, if you need something in the morning, you know, here's, you know, we can help you here, and like, on your lunch, if you need, I don't know, maybe that's a bit.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Something else that we were planning on is also, you're right in regards to the picture. We should have had a picture in the ad. Although like you said, sometimes a picture doesn't need to be in the ad. In this case, it definitely helped. One of the questions we asked was age groups. How many different age groups in the morning, in the afternoon, coming into the location. So we wanted to make an ad that was appealing to basically anybody. Because sometimes an ad that has a lot of color is not appealing to the 35 to 40-year-olds. And sometimes an ad that doesn't have that much color, again, not appealing to the 18 to 25 age. So we wanted to make it easy to read, that when you went in, you had all laid out, but still appealing. But you're definitely right, the picture would have helped a lot.
Okay, fair enough. Let's finish with the ad. No more about the ad. What I wanted to do now is talk a little bit about you individually. First of all, Rita, tell me why I shouldn't fire you today.
I have a goal. I want to open a business. I've gotten a lot of feedback, which is amazing. I've got a goal now, a step closer to the goal that I want, and I've grown as a person. So
you're working for Teletech right now. Are you planning to do this wedding planner idea, whether you win the contest or not? Are you planning to go ahead with this idea?
Definitely, yeah. I'm already working on, in case this doesn't happen, I have a backup on a proposal again, so that I can actually bring it to the different other businesses or different banks. But I want to open my business. I will open my business here in North Bay within the next 5 years, hopefully.
No plans to move back to Toronto? Does it bother you, Sean, that with episode 3, where Rita, you were actually the project manager on that one, and Sean, they chose your theater company idea as the one that they were going to promote. You tried to fool them a little bit by misleading them a little bit in your interview, and they beat you anyway. Does that bother you at all?
It doesn't bother me that they beat me at all. I actually spent the next few days really toiling that in my mind. Like I considered, I don't like, I'm a very honest person. For example, I feel that I want to live my life just full of integrity and just being noble. I should keep my honesty with me, because I don't want to take something away from somebody because I was dishonest. Like if it's another person's time in this universe, like I said before, to win or to achieve, then they should have that.
Do you think at all that Rita is a little bit too nice to succeed in business? Don't you have to be tough in business to succeed? Do you think she really has what it takes to go the distance?
I think, yeah, you're right. I think I do agree that Rita has a quiet nature, and that often it would be beneficial for her to put herself more concretely out there and sort of create stronger lines and edges so that people can take her more seriously.
Sean, tell me why I shouldn't fire you and why you deserve to win.
Some people say going to theater school is like going through boot camp. I believe that emotionally I've gone through so much experiences, and I've come to really find a grounding in my life, and I'm a very stable person, and I have a strong personality. So with that in mind, at the same time, I think my business is something that I feel very strongly about, and that I think would offer the community such a vast sense of heritage and community and communion and coming together. I think it's new, and I think with my experience as a theater person, which is vast, and I will tell you right now, like I'm not a shallow waters when it comes to theater. I'm heavily steeped in theater. I know it like you gotta understand me. It's like it's a lover to me. Like theater is like when people see me doing theater, they're like I direct, I act, I direct all ranges of kids and stuff like that. So I am the person to put this theater, this company together, and I'm gonna get it done. And I'm also the type of person who drives themselves past any wall and will take any obstruction as a challenge, a way to get to the next level of whatever it is, life or business, whatever.
Whether you win this contest or not,
I am
it's
going
your
to do this.
drive and ambition to do this theater company, whether you win or not.
Yes, I am. I am going to, my life is theater. See, I can't even think of it. You know, because I know I am theater. This is what I am in the world. It's what I'm meant to do, and that there's no way I'm ever going to not do it. I'm doing it right now, as actually as I said.
I think with the two of you could really see throughout this task, you could really see your enthusiasm. You could really see how much you wanted to satisfy the task and make sure Bob got what he was looking for. But again, I think when you're working on a specific task, whether it be starting your business or whether it be developing an ad for another company, you have to stay focused on that, and you have to make sure that every question, every aspect of what you're doing is focused on that task. So your passion has to go into everything you're doing, right? So I think that's something you need to take away, and that's something that I think was reflected in the ads, was that you need to make sure that you're asking the right questions and you're focusing those on the task.
This task really came down to that meeting with Bob and the information that you were able to call from him. And so I think that's partly where you failed, was in that meeting. If you didn't get the right information, how would you know exactly what was supposed to go into the ad?
It's not a matter of being noble and honest. Holding true to your own ethics is one thing. But at the same time, being afraid to go, you're not afraid to go the extra step, but being afraid just to do something that's not per se a little dishonest, but something that's a little bit out of your character. Well, in order to win is, you know, something that comes every day in business, in my opinion. And at the same time, being too nice, being soft-spoken, I'm nice, I'm soft-spoken, but come on. You and I both know there's sassitude involved. You know what I mean? Don't step on my toe because I'm going to step on your whole foot. Here it comes. As far as your ad's concerned, I mean, I thought it was great, but it's the biggest mistake in marketing is focusing on everybody. And you know what I mean? When you try to target everybody, you're targeting nobody.
Okay, we've got to wrap this up. Can you step outside for a minute? We're just going to deliberate for a minute, and we'll talk to you in a few minutes. So Jessica, who will you fire?
I very much like the point of view, but I have to appreciate his passion, so I would say Rita has to go.
I agree. I think Rita has a she has a strength. She'll make it on her own, regardless whether she wins this. Sean can do this if he still needs this that opportunity just to really come through and prove himself. So I think Rita should win.
It's Rita. Okay. Thanks. Send them in. So, Sean and Rita, we're going to keep this brief. I've watched both of you over the past couple of weeks, and I've seen your passion for your businesses. You both are undefeated as project managers, which I'm very impressed with. You both actually won awards, which I'm also very impressed with. I think you made a few mistakes in your ad, maybe overthinking it a little bit, not adding in the color, not having a great headline. At least you had a headline, and having no call to action. I don't really think the ads were pretty close. As I said before, I don't think that even though Bob chose the other team's ad as the winner, I'm not so sure I would have done that myself. And ultimately, this is my show, so I can do what I want. I've actually had feedback from different people that have said, even the graphic designer that have said, if these two ads were combined, they would be a much better ad. So there's good elements in both, and there's bad elements in both. You did what you had to, what you could do under the time constraints and what you had to work with. I think you both did a commendable job with the resources that you had. What I'm going to say is, I'm not going to fire either one of you today. I'm going to keep you both. I believe in both of you, and I believe that you can both succeed in what you're doing, whether you win this contest or not. You both have the passion and the drive to do it, and I hope you do. Please just step up and continue to show that passion. Any comments, any final words?
Thank you, and I promise we did a top line.
Thank you for the opportunity to meet again, to grow on the show, and I'm excited.
Good. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Congratulations.
You may go.
Kim, what do you think?
Honestly, I think one should have won. I think Rita should have won. So, but it's your show. You do your best. And you see a potential that I'm not seeing. Well, I'll support you.
I have to say, I would have preferred to see Rita take a step down, but we're giving her the opportunity now to go forward, so I'm interested to see what she has to offer.